Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to
Perils of the Warp.
our resident Warhammer 40k, Warhammer 30k, and Warhammer Age of Sigmar podcast. Admittedly, we talk very little about 30k or Age of Sigmar, but I felt like it was prudent to mention it in the title because this is episode 12. What? Yeah, 12 episodes. We've been doing this for a year. And we have a special surprise for our guest.
Yes.
These are no longer going to be monthly podcasts. These are going to be bi-monthly for all you bisexuals.
No, wait. Bi-monthly means every 2 months.
These are going to be bi-weekly,
Bi-weekly.
for all you bisexuals.
Yeah, so what we thought about is that I had been thinking for a while, and I didn't know if anybody else, we should introduce ourselves. Roman.
John,
Mork you get.
I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, but the whole thing was that I was thinking about it for a long time, but I didn't know if anybody else wanted to. I thought everybody was comfortable with a month, but I was like, fuck, I'm getting super into Warhammer right now, and I want to do it more than that. So everybody has agreed that we're going to be doing it bi-weekly, so you'll at least get 2 every month. Now, we're going to have to figure out the timing on which they will come out, but we will get back to you on that.
Back to back.
Yeah.
That requires thought and introspective that we just don't, we're not good at.
I
Not-
felt
not all that much.
a lot has been missed out since the last one had been put out. Because I don't think I even listened to the last one.
That's understandable.
I didn't get a chance to, but I don't know if other stuff has been touched on. Like that Rogo Dorn piece that I was like, absolutely. I was at work, and then soon it was like blasted all over my Facebook post. I was like, oh fuck, yeah. I had it was like it was on comic book day too, so
Okay.
I kind of nutted, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I gotta look at this.
I haven't enjoyed every Primarch that has come out. I do like Rogodorn.
That Dorn looks.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that I kind of have a problem with, and I don't even have like a really big problem with it, is Bobby G.
Yeah, he is fucking boring. That's a boring fucking
You know, I kind of
Primarch.
like that piece though.
The thing
I
is,
like it better than the 40k. one.
now that I've thought, like now that I look at it, I'm like, that's perfect, because like their whole design philosophy behind like the Primarchs is like, you gotta capture what they are.
Yeah, and it makes sense to me.
And Gilliman is like, hey, dude, like, I'm gonna lead these motherfuckers. Like, watch this shit.
Yeah.
So
I think Girly Man was the first one I ever saw. Like, oh shit, they make Primarchs, and then I saw a horse. But I liked Gilliman's whole stance. I was like, damn. I was like, it's boring, but I fucking love it. Now I saw Robo Dorn.
Yeah.
I'm like nowhere near even thinking about 30k, but I was like, fuck.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I've been listening to a lot of different 30k things. I've been looking at bat reps and things like that. And I've been flip-flopping so much on who I want to play. Like, I've bombarded y'all with things like, I'm going to play Emperor's Children. Nope, it's going to be fucking Dark Angels. Nope, it's going to be Emperor's Children. Yeah, and I keep flip-flopping. And I was explaining to John, the whole reason being is that Emperor's Children are super assaulty. Like, that's all and that's really where they shine. They don't shine anywhere else.
The Emperor's Children look like a little girl going to a pretzel store.
Yeah.
And someone says, little girl in the pretzel store, you're like, yeah, she's about to get assaulted. There you go. I don't know if you could use that one, but...
Yeah, I'll try to remember it. I probably won't, though. But the thing is, like, they're super salty in 30k, from what I've read and heard. And then when I go to Dark Angels have, like, they can pivot where they need to. Like, more towards my playstyle, where I do like to shoot. I like to fucking go in for assault. I like a whole bunch. I like it all, baby. Like, give me a Scantron. I'll check all the fucking things. But I've been using that a lot.
Yeah, you said it the other day.
Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But, yeah, so that's why I'm more than certain I'm going to go with Dark Angels for 30k as well. But I'm going to wait on them until they at least have some rules, which is going to be like 2 years. So I don't know what I'm going to do with 30k.
And didn't they do the Afarius
They
piece?
They have his sculpt.
Okay.
They're working on his sculpt, but it's not been officially announced. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
But the Warhammer community page, the WarhammerCommunity.com, they did show a thumbnail of his helmet. So you see the Gorgon, and you see like the.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatter going on about this beast because Alfarius is a twin Primarch. He's half of a Primarch. It's Alfarius Omegon. That's the Primarch is Alfarius Omegon. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's two people sharing like one power source, I guess, made him really tiny as a Primarch, the size of a Space Marine.
Yeah.
So people are wondering, like, what is this going to be? Just a normal sized Space Marine? If you make them too big, it's not, fluffy. Mm-hmm. But if you make them too small, then how is he going to compete with the bases and all that of his brothers?
Mm-hmm. Just gonna have a big base. Just make them a little.
No,
make them stand on top of bodies or whatever.
No, you're gonna have the shadow game, like where he's doing the same pose. Omegon is doing the same pose behind Alfarius, just backwards. So like any way you turn him, it like he can like look anywhere he wants. Yeah. He's just gonna be like that, like.
I mean, I would really love a dual model base though, to have both of them on the thing.
It would be cool, but I just don't know what that would look like what that would be, in terms of like if that'll change game rules. Do you have to like declare Omegon or do you have to declare Alfarius?
No, I think you would just treat it as one model because it's one base. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know. They're just I don't know.
Yeah, you see, there's like, are they gonna make it kind of random where you have to roll a dice and that's who you would have to? They would have like a variation on their rules. Like that would be cool if they had variation on the rules and they're like, okay, D3 or like, a 4, 5, or 6 is Omegon or Alfarius, whatever you want. Yeah. And then you just roll it and boom, okay, you're Alfarius. And or are they gonna do the whole thing that they've been doing with Alpha Legion, where they take the place?
Yeah, every time you kill a character, you just pick the next character, and that's your.
So it's gonna be weird. But getting back to Rogel Dorn, I like his big ass. I like how he's just like pimping on the sword. He's just like, yeah, I'm just waiting.
Just fucking waiting there with bodies all over it. Yeah, that was the only time I was like, damn, god damn it.
On 30K.
Yeah.
There.
And even if I got it, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking paint that. This is like the one time where I was like, I'll actually go out and spend the money and have someone professionally paint it.
Yeah, like commission paint job.
Yeah.
There's a couple people in town that'll do it.
Yeah. So that's a deep consideration, but as of recently, I hit that realization that my life has spun out of control.
How so?
When I got back to the apartment, I don't have the station to paint or anything like that. I just kind of paint where I'm at.
Yeah.
And when it gets too filled up, I don't take a lot of space.
Yeah.
I move the stuff to the fucking garage.
Okay.
And I just moved stuff to the garage. Like a week later, it built back up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Ever since that Custodes Codex came out, I just went full fucking balls in. And as I started, I was like, oh man, I got to move the stuff that I wasn't going to use to the back. And I go to the back, and I'm like, all right, well, it was just like a small little box, just whatever. I was like, oh, it's kind of a big box. I was looking for, I guess, like an old W2 or something that I had back there. And I found this even way bigger box, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is in here? And I open it, it's just like way more Warhammer shit. Like, oh my god. I have now lost my way.
Welcome, my brother.
Dude, I have shit on my coffee table in the living room. I have shit on my kitchen table because we don't eat there. I have shit on top of my dresser. I have my actual painting desk is covered with shit, and my entertainment center in my room is covered in Warhammer shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure this is the problem with everybody else.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna address the people out there. Put in the comments how bad your situation is, or when did you realize you had a fucking problem?
Okay, that'll be really good. Or
send pictures of your clutter.
If you can, that'd be fun too.
If you can, and if you don't do that on YouTube, if you can't comment, whatever. If you want to send us pictures, go ahead and send us an email, citypod88@gmail.com, and the title just put 40K so we know it's for the show, and we'll address it next time. dude, like, fuck. Mine is getting worse, and it just got worse today. Like, I've been having, like, a little bit of things, and I've been like, okay, I can organize this, and, like, okay, I have 2 little shelves. I have a table. The table's filled with shit. Mm-hmm. The bottom 2 that's under the table, filled. Now, there's boxes to the side. The other shelf that I have has a bunch of shit on it, and then on the bottom, on the floor, there's shit. Underneath my desk, more shit. I'm just like,
and as I got here, you just brought a fucking Which that's gonna be a talking point, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of the things that we're gonna go over.
You show up with was it Eisenhower?
Yes,
Eisenhower. And then after that, now you just have all these fucking Sonic like bits for your Emperor's Children.
Now I have like I don't know. John said there was 30 in there. I'm assuming like at least 10 of them are mine.
Oh, I need 10, so 20 of them would be yours.
So I have 20.
I gave you 7 full assembled, pre-painted Marines, and then there's maybe like 4 or 5 bits of just the gun.
And then I have the old school ones, like the fucking...
The metal ones?
The metal ones with the guitar. Cool. Yeah. You see, here's the thing. They're cool until you actually see them up close. Maybe there's like good sculpts out there, but the ones that I have aren't great. I'm gonna strip them and see if like there's something there. Like they're just not like the paint on them wasn't the greatest. What I want to do and what I most likely do is strip the paint off of the metal Emperor's Children that I got, the Noise Marines. Because now with everything that I've got, I can basically buy like 2 boxes of Chaos Space Marines and have like a whole battalion.
Which I don't know how you feel about the Cromlech bits. Mm-hmm. I really like the shoulder pads, especially from Cromlech for the Noise Marines.
My problem with Cromlech, I don't like their heads. I think their heads are stupid.
For the Noise Marines?
For Noise Marines.
Yeah. But you can order, you don't have to order everything. You can just order shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads are really cool. And the backpacks I want. Because the backpacks have the like the open mouth that's stretched out.
Yeah, over the speaker.
And then there's 2 more speakers. And I was like, that is fucking perfect for Emperor's Children. I have to buy like 90 of those fucking backpacks. So I'm not happy about it, but I know once I get them painted up, because that's the thing, is I'm not going to go the usual pink and black that the Emperor's Children have.
I kind of like that pink and black. But then again, like I said, I'm on a real purple kick.
Yeah, you are on a real purple kick. And I have no problem with either one of those colors. It's just I like the old school Emperor's Children, and I'm already kind of making fluff that I'm writing down how they kept their colors, and like they're chaos. They truly are chaos, but they've kept their colors in search of perfection and shit like that. So they've shined up the armor the best they could in the warp, but it's like the gold has become like a dark copper, and their like bright purple has now become like a dirty, dingy, like just crappy like, kind of purple, and it's starting to like peel off. So I might use some like crackling medium. So I can like start doing like little, like the silver underneath the purple paint is starting to like chip off. And I was like, all right, I'm starting to fucking get all this shit. So yeah, that's one of the things I have on my plate. But I'm still focused on my Dark Angels. I love my Dark Angels. And I have my Gun Raven ship, thanks to John. We had the whole thing with me and John is that we started saving some Space Marine stuff because we wanted to make like a collective army that was gonna be like we switched it. It was gonna be Imperial Fist, and we're like, nah, I don't know if I like Imperial Fist. And I was like, ooh, White Scars, and I was like, you can't even fucking take the con on the bike now, so fuck it. And then we were like, Raven Guard, fucking jump packs, fucking just like chopping faces off, fucking blasting them with bolt pistols. So I was like, hell yeah. So the thing is, when we start doing that more, I'm gonna have to replace it. But I have the gunship already made. I just have to prime and start laying down some Caliban green on it. But anything else? Anybody else's hobby kind of stuff?
Yeah, most of it is just most of mine is just that picture of the custodes mostly. It got to a point where I was like, oh man, I'm just using so much gold. I'm getting tired of this. I wanted to work on the Crimson Fist, but like I said, I was telling you yesterday, it's got to the point where I kind of messed up in the way I paint. And I was like, this is way too much work. Yeah. So I resorted right back to I still got the fucking painting itch. Like, you only get the painting itch for so long, and then you get tired of it. So I started working on the Imperial Fist all over again. Started showing out more Marines that way. Yeah. Switch that gold for yellow.
Hey, it's a whole different color, baby. Whole different color medium. What about you, John?
Well, I already had the 4 sets of the Death Guard from Dark Imperium done. Yeah. But I got all the characters I needed or wanted. So I got the Tallyman. I got 2 of the Plague Surgeons. I got the guy with the grenade Rex on his back. Okay. The Biologist Putrefier. So I got all those characters built. I'm building up the Death Shroud Terminators right now. So I got to get those primed and based and onto the painting block. Okay. I finished building all my Zinch stuff that I had for a long time. Okay. Because I had a bunch of horrors, pink horrors, from 7th edition when I was doing summoning. And then I picked up a whole bunch of flamers and a couple of flaming chariots for when Magnus first came out, and you could summon those things. But I never got around to building those because I just take forever doing stuff. So, so then they got rid of the whole Magnus can summon those things, or anybody can summon anything, you know. So I've just had those flamers and chariots and all that stuff just sitting there. But now I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and put these together now. I actually do like the way demons are working with their codex, and the fact that I can use them in Age of Sigmar, which we're already starting. Yes. So I went ahead and put all that Zinch stuff together. And then I'm working on my Trader Guard.
Nice. I did not mention. I play Stormcast in AOS. I have a little 500 point that I'm gonna start. Painting up soon. Just me and John can get some practice games in. And then I made a big mistake. Spent more money. And bought a Start Collecting box from one of the Red Star members. I can't remember his name, so I'm sorry if you do listen to this. I do apologize. I'm bad with names. That I got a Start Collecting box for Seraphon. And I was like, hell yeah, my dinos are ready dinos, and I fucking love it.
Liz on dinos on dinos.
Well, with Age of Sigmar, I've already gone the way I did 40K, and I got way too much and way too spread out. So I have the Khorne half of the box, the start Age of Sigmar box. Yeah. I have my Khorne demons and my Zinch demons from 40K. And then I got about 2,000 points worth of orcs, of greenskins.
Yeah. God, I didn't even know you had orcs.
Yeah,
orcs. Oh, dude, I fell in love with them so hard.
Damn.
My opponent yesterday was Mike Blanton. Sorry, Mike, if you do listen. Again, bad with names. I was talking to him about AOS, and he was saying that he had the Iron Jaws that you have. He has not lost a game with them. Like, they're super fucking beasts.
Yeah, they only do one thing. They just attack. Yeah. That's it. But they do it really well.
Yeah. And I do love their models, like them on their fucking their pigs.
Yeah, their little piggies.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm a big fantasy guy. Like, I love fantasy more than I ever will sci-fi. So AOS is like really kicking me hard in the dick right now, and I want Spider Grots. And I was like, it's only like $65, and you get like 10 or 12 riders, and then you get a big spider. And I was like, I like spiders. I was like, fuck!
Speaking of spiders, I also have about 700 points worth of Karajan. And Tony, resident orphan Tony, decided that he wants to play Karajan in Age of Sigmar. So I was like, dude, I have these fucking Karajans that I'm not using. you can have them.
Come on in. Get people to the hobby crack.
So he went ahead and bought another 10-man squad of whatever they're called.
Arcanauts?
Yeah, Arcanauts. And then I guess he's going to get to start collecting bugs, which is like 1,500 points altogether, along with the 700 that I have. So
yeah. So, yeah, AOS. I've loved AOS for a long time, just never really got my feet into it, because when I started looking into fantasy, it was actually the end times. And then I looked at how you play that game, and I just couldn't deal with it. Like the whole rank and file kind of thing. I was like, this is way too complicated. Like fucking a 40K at that time was fucking breaking my brain. And I was like, I can't do fantasy. And then they shortly came out with Sigmar, the Age of Sigmar. And I was like, this is way simple. But I was like balls deep into 40K at that point. So there was no way that I was going to get into another game. And here we are, like 2 years later. I'm like, I'm fucking in everything. I have way too much shit, and I hate myself. But I love having stuff to paint. I guess that's it for hobby progress. I mean,
yeah, but speaking of stuff to paint, Roman, would you tell us what you bought today?
Yeah, I made another mistake, and Mark said it earlier. I did buy Eisenhower.
It's funny because I was looking at the D&D stuff because we just started playing D&D because we like spending money on stupid shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the D&D figures, which we don't even need because we're not playing with figures. We're just, we're using our imagination. And Roman's like, we don't even need these. I'm like, I know, but they're kind of cool.
They do look kind of cool, to be honest.
So I'm there looking at D&D figures, and Roman comes up on the other side of the shelf. So I just see his head, and he's like, they have one left, and he's holding Eisenhorn. And I'm like, get it, it's awesome. He's like, it is awesome, but it's an Inquisitor. Because Inquisitors don't like Dark Angels. I'm like, dude, that's probably the only Inquisitor that would fucking like a Dark Angel. And he's just like, yeah, you're right.
And I just fucking added it to my list. The whole reason we went to Dragon Slayer is because I've been painting up my my Dark Angels veterans. Because I'm trying to get them ready for one of the 1,000-point games that's going to be coming up. And I looked at them. And then I realized, like, these were painted so long ago. Like, they look like hell. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking repaint them. So, like, I ripped off their arms. I started putting on new arms with fucking new weapon options. And then I was like, and that's all I was gonna do at first. Because I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I just snapped this on and started gluing. And I was like, yeah, it's looking good. All right, I like this pose. And then I looked at, like, the face, and it's just, like, all, like, it looks like somebody shot, like, the Homer makeup gun from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you have it set on horror gun, and that's what it looked like. And I was like, I could do way better now. So I just started, like, layering over, like, base coats. And I was like, yeah, these guys are getting fresh new paints. I don't know what the fuck I got myself into. I hate myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, Eisenhorn, I can't wait to read the book.
Yeah.
Because he's from what I can tell, he's just like, yeah, let's drink some beers and fucking kill some Xenos. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, maybe I pissed off the wrong guys. Fuck it, summon demon. He's an Inquisitor, and he summons demons. So, if you want to do the summoning part, you have to leave 25 points of your points open as reserve points.
But now, since Eisenhorn came out, there's now a shortage on demon hosts.
Yeah, people are looking for them like crazy. I'm like, just fucking make one. But the demon host, he has Unholy Gaze. It's a 12-inch, Assault 1, Strength 8, AP -1, Damage 1 weapon. Each time you make a wound roll of 6 for this weapon, that hit is resulted to damage of 3 instead of 1. And then it has a close combat attack of Warp Grasp. It's Strength User, AP -3, Damage 1, so basically a Power Sword. This thing is Strength 4, Toughness 4, 3 wounds, 2 attacks. Weapon skill plus skill 4, but Eisenhorn actually makes it better. You give it the character keyword and increase its strength, toughness, wounds, and attacks by 2. So it's like Strength 6, Toughness 6, attacks, 5. So basically for 25 points you're getting fucking I don't know, just like a fucking demon prince, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's worth it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
If you haven't picked one up, pick one up.
yeah. I think they're all sold out on the website.
Yeah.
I
And-
got it.
And I don't let me check eBay real quick and
See how expensive it is.
just see.
You
how
go ahead and do
expensive
that
it is.
while I'll explain more on
Inquisitor Eisenhorn himself. His stat line doesn't look amazing. If you're just looking at the regular stat line, it's a 6-inch movement, of course. 3 up for ballistical weapon skill, strength 3, toughness 3.
He has 5 wounds though, which is kind of a lot for just a regular human, or a non-Astartes human, should I say, because he's not regular.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 attacks with a leadership 10, which is
Pretty typical for your Inquisitor.
and a 4-up invulnerable save, I believe. I think it's an invulnerable save, not an armor save. But he has a artificer bolt pistol, so it's a 12-inch range, pistol 1, so you can use it in close combat. Strength 4, AP -1, damage 2. That damage 2 is fucking amazing. He has a sword called I don't know. But it is a power sword with D3 attack damage, and you can add 1 to the hit rolls for this weapon.
Not sure how often I'll be using the power sword. It does have a -3 AP, where his staff only has a -1 AP, but I feel like the staff is a little bit better because it is strength +3. So he'd be hitting at strength 6, AP -1 with damage D3 with the staff. So, and then he also casts 2 powers and denies 2 powers, which is really strong. I think for 100 points, this dude's a fucking bargain. He's really fucking good.
That's all the stuff that comes with the box, right?
Yeah, it's all that stuff information comes for you in the box that Eisenhorn comes in, so you don't have to buy like another fucking book or something.
And he has the character, infantry, inquisitor, psychic, and Eisenhorn keywords.
Yeah, he gives you
Infantry, not
the standard Inquisitor ability where he gives all of your Imperium his leadership as long as they're within 6 inches.
Yeah.
He can get into any Imperial vehicle. He has access to the Astra Telepathic, maybe? I don't know what it's called. The the fucking 3 psychic powers available to Inquisitors.
Oh yeah, Ordo Xenos.
No, that's
the faction
yeah,
keywords.
that's his thing. Because there's Order Xenos, Order Heretics, and Order Demonic or some shit like that. Personally, I really like Inquisitors, though. I'm a very big fan of Inquisitors, especially for my Guardsman army, because, Leadership 10.
Oh yeah.
Plus, they have one of their psychic powers. It's the stupid, and I know it's going to get fixed. It has to, because it's a stupid casting value of only 4 up. You can make an Imperial unit automatically pass morale. So, like, the last game I played with my Katachan, I had, by the time I got to the point where my Inquisitor, because I was using Ordo Malleus Inquisitor in Grey Knight armor, I kept using him to make my unit automatically pass morale, but my unit was like 40 strong because I kept burning command points to join 2 units together.
Mm-hmm.
So the little 10-man units would join together, and because I was playing guard, I had like 12 command points. So just like command point, they're together, and pretty soon I just had one fucking 40-man, strength 4, 5 attacks each. Fucking
Go fuck face.
yeah, it was really stupid.
All right, so looking on eBay, there's only a few that are actually available. One in the UK is 2 of them, so you have the Demon Host 1 and 2. No Buy It Nows has 15 bids. It has a day, about 2 days left. It is up to $50 right now.
Shit.
$50 American. So that's about 25 pounds in the UK. One Demon Host that's painted very shit-like. It has 4 bids, ends in about 3 days, and is up to $18.50. Another one is... this one is a buy it now, and it's $50. Well, it's $50 Canadian, $40 American. So,
How much was this piece? Like 30, 35?
The pieces are like I think $20.
Word?
From Amazon from
GW, yeah, because they're pewter. Their pewter's always a little bit more.
So yeah, they are, and I think they come in 2-pack, but I'm not too sure.
I think they come in 2 packs.
So let me double check GW website.
I don't think it's on the website anymore.
It is not on the website anymore. So there you go. You gotta pay up the ass for a demon host, or wait until fucking people be like, oh, fucking Eisenhower didn't do shit for me, and then you'll see demon hosts like, I can't get rid of him fast enough, and that's where you fucking scoop up.
That's where you go, come in for the kill.
That's right. But what else we got to talk about?
The next thing on the agenda is the Banhammer on Soup.
Alright. So the Soup not seeing it up. Explain.
Alright, so basically the way the rules are written is, let's say I wanted to make
you gotta make a distinction. This ban is from ITC.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it's an ITC thing that they're
okay,
gonna...
so if you don't like ITC, just tune out for a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, anybody that plays in a tournament is probably going to cross paths with ITC. I do know that here in San Antonio, the guys who run our tournaments, mostly the guys from Red Star, they really don't like ITC, so they're always like, fuck it. But I know a lot of you are going to have to eventually cross paths with these rules. So basically the way it works right now is if I wanted to create a battalion, the way it's written by GW is if I wanted to create a battalion, which is 2 HQs and 3 troops, I could actually, just for example, I can use a Nemesis Dread Knight captain from Grey Knights. I could take Inquisitor Kodiaz, and those would be my 2 HQs. And then for troops, I could take 3 units. I could take 2 units of Space Marine snipers and a conscripts, a unit of 50 conscripts. Like, it's mix and match. You got a little bit of Space Marines, a little bit of Inquisition, a little bit of Grey Knights. But because everybody shares the Imperium keyword, I can use it all in one detachment. The drawback is that whatever special rules come to using only one faction for, like, Space Marines, so, like, if all my snipers were Raven Guard for a -1 to shoot at them, I don't get that rule because it's not a Raven Guard detachment.
Yeah.
It's a soup detachment. So... so that's what a soup detachment is. So this is banning that. Okay, so you can still, there's a lot of confusion out there right now. You can still, according to the new ITC rules, create army with multiple factions. It's just each detachment has to be its own thing. So if you want Raven Guard snipers, you have to take a Raven Guard captain with Raven Guard snipers, and that'll be your patrol detachment. And then if you also wanted conscripts because of their fucking cheapness, you would have to take a captain or a fucking whatever the Imperial Guard equivalent to HQs is, a commissar or whatever, and then take a bunch of conscripts. And those will be 2 different detachments, both of them giving you however many command points that they give you. So you can't mix them all into one detachment, but you can mix multiple detachments into an army still.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be able to just be like, let me get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit. It's just like
get all the benefits from it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of armies. I mean, first of all, I can see why they made it like that. You know, GW obviously wants you to be able to play with whatever you want to play with because that means you're going to buy more shit. But also, it was a little unfair to armies
that weren't
Imperium or Chaos or Eldari.
Any alien.
No, because with the Eldari, you could use Eldar, Dark Eldar, and Harlequin.
Well, I mean, besides Eldar.
And then with Tyranids, you could take Tyranids, and then because they shared a keyword with Gene Stealers, you could take Gene Stealers, and then because Gene Stealers shares a keyword with Imperial Guard, you could take Imperial Guard.
Oh.
So.
Why do we find my bugs?
So like Necron's got the shit end of the stick on there. Orcs. Tau.
But fuck Tau.
Yeah, fuck Tau.
You know, everybody shits on Tau, And like now,
You shit on them so hard.
I did, and it's just like, and that's the thing is like I thought about it, I was like, why the fuck do I care? Like, I just play the fucking pieces that I want to play, and then I started looking at Tau pieces and like they actually look pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man has talked shit about Tau for 3 motherfucking years.
Yeah, I have, and I was just like, they're just fucking anime fucking fish people, and I was
With
like,
vaginas on their face.
and I was like, kind of like anime fish people with vaginas on their face. And that was the whole thing. It was just like I shit on them, and then I was just like, why? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you play what you want to play.
Fun fact about Tau is they will be the next codex coming out for Warhammer 40k.
Yes, sir.
Tau, Necron, and
No, but I'm talking about the next,
next.
the very next one is Tau.
Yeah. And early rumors have them as pretty goddamn strong, and some guns are fucking insane. Like something to the effect of Assault 18 or something like that. Like something with 18 shots. That from one gun.
It's gotta be that big ass fucking thing.
the broadside or
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Riptide,
Riptide or Ghost
Yeah.
Steel or whatever.
Those are pretty big Gundams. And
Yeah.
I look at them. We have them at work, so I look at them like, that looks fucking sweet. But
I saw one.
never get it.
I saw one tear up Magnus in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like if you could do that, if you could do 18 wounds on Overwatch,
that was the whole thing. It's just like maybe it's just like the color that they use. Like it's like
The white.
it's white and red. And I'm like, that's cool.
I've
But
seen like orange and shit.
But yeah, and then there's like the orange and blue that they usually do, and I just like thought like if I could find a good color combination, I'd probably play Tau.
Oh, I've seen some badass color combinations.
So,
with Tau.
yeah, it's just
they look so easy because they're just like real panel based.
Mhm.
Like there's no fucking curvature, so you're just like, fuck, this is gonna be super easy to paint.
I'm still on my Imperium shit, and I'm gonna be a fucking
Yeah,
fish, man.
I know. All it takes is that one fucking character. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you start looking into it, you find the one character that gets you into it. And I think that might be Commander Farsight.
So we'll see. I mean, I've talked shit, but that's the thing. I just talk shit. I that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I talk shit about a lot of them.
Yeah.
I hate for passion. I fucking hate Space Wolves.
Uh-huh.
I don't like Space Wolves at all.
Yeah, and I was like, man, kind of Space Wolves are kind of whack. And then I saw the Wolfen when they first came out, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. I was like, maybe they can make up with the Dark Angels. But I was like, nah, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
And then they
line for life, dog fucker.
yeah.
I really like from Tales of Heresy, where the guy, the Greybeard, how the wolf was inside him the whole time, and
Yeah.
he's just like, come on, let me out. He's like, no. It's like,
Bullseye.
yeah, he's like, hey, let me out, let me fight. He's like, no, I got this. It's like, will you let me out now? All right, now.
And he just fucking throws a Dark Eldar into a fucking like a plasma generator, and he just fucking explodes. That's a good. That was one of the few good short stories from Tales of Heresy. I recently wrapped that up. 7 little short stories. Bud Games was cool. Not as cool as I think everybody's like nutting their jeans over, but it's Custodes. It's good. I'm not gonna say that it's not good. The Call of the Wolf, I think is what it's called, or I have them actually all on Audible. But the Space Wolves one, really really good. Like that one a lot.
Yeah, really good.
It's called Wolf at the Door. Scions of the Storm was the Word Bearers one. That one was fucking awful.
Don't make a liar out of me.
Like, yeah, fucking, the Word Bearers are the fucking, and if you have something that can, like, actually turn me to a Word Bearer's lover, do it. Because every time I'm just like, oh, I'm evil. That's all I hear. And it's just like, do you want the Book of Lorgar? And I'm just like, oh, God, shoot me. I don't want to listen to this anymore.
You're gonna tell me
you're listening to that one old dude who does like the same voice for everybody.
I've grown to love that old man.
Like if I was there in this fucking universe, the very first time I would have heard one of these motherfuckers talk, I'd have been like, guys, this might be a problem.
It's just that they're just like the typical like evil guy.
You sound like fucking Gargamel.
Yeah, he's so evil. he wants to do evil things with his evil friends. And it's not for me. The voice was actually an interesting one. That's the Sisters of Silence one.
That one was so hard for me to get through. I skipped a lot of it.
that one was cool though. There's a time travel element that's pretty cool that gets towards the end. Call of the Lion. My problem with Call of the Lion is it the same thing I had with Word Bearers. It's just like the Chaos Dark Angels are just like, we're just evil, we have to destroy things. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, you're just, like, sucking all the fun out of what Dark Angels really could be. The Last Church was really cool. That's where...
I've heard that one.
Yeah, that one's really cool. It's an old man talking to someone of enlightenment, we'll say. And it's just a really cool thing. So The Last Church is a good one. After Descia is the World Eaters one, and that's how this is like the story of how they get the World Eaters name, and it's actually really cool. I like it.
You'd like that one?
I like that one.
I didn't. Oh,
because
man.
Here's the thing. Here's what that book does. It explains a little bit of Angron. Instead of just Lorgar being Lorgar and just being like, the fucking Emperor doesn't like me, so I don't like him either. And I'm gonna go to my room. That's what Logar sounds to me like. And at least Angron's like, I love these people down there. Like, I honestly love them and I wanted to die with them. If I was going to die, I wanted to die with them. And the fucking Emperor denied me that. He just fucking beamed me up like a fucking asshole. And I love that. I love that he has an actual, like, something.
This sounds. It's gonna probably sound bad. Logar sounds like a fucking like some dude who's fucking rolling with his gang, and then some guy's like, "Oh, you come from money? Come with me." He's like, "Nah, Dad, I'm fucking ride or die, nigga. I'm gonna go." So they take him out there. All his friends get shot up, and the rich guy's like, "Oh, you have this company to watch over. These are your sons." So, fuck Dad, I hate these guys. So he starts killing half of his dudes until one dude finally talks some sense into it. He's like, "We just pissed off as you, dog. Come on." Alright, maybe this might be cool, but fuck y'all.
Yeah, but I like that because it fleshed out Angron a lot more. Maybe there's a book that, like, the first Heretic, I think, fleshes out Lorgar a little bit more. Maybe.
I was listening a little. I think I was listening to that one. It gets a little more into Logar, which was kind of turned me on. Like, I was kind of liking it, but then I got to the part where he talks. I think it's like the Fate Weaver, and shows him like what's gonna happen, but he was doing that stupid voice, so I kept getting real turned off by it.
So I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe I just haven't gotten to that point where there's a really good Word Bearer one, but the World Eaters one for sure. I did like. I liked Angron. He's kind of he's kind of emo, like fuck you, Dad, you fucking asshole, want to die.
Fucking nails in my hand.
Yeah, but it at least gave me like a good like it seems like a good reason. Like it's out of compassion for these other people that he grew with and loved, that he's so pissed off at the Emperor. And then even so, like as the Horse Heresy goes on, you learn that he just never really respected the Emperor. He was like, fuck, I'm just looking for something to kill him. But yeah, that was my little thing. Oh shit, I didn't realize what time we are. But what else we got?
We have a few things that have come out and are coming out, aside from Eisenhorn.
Okay.
What also came out was the Start Collecting Stormcast Vanguard.
Yeah, I have this right here. It is a 3-man squad of Vanguard Raptors that have the long strike crossbows or hurricane crossbows. 3 Aether Wings, which are the birds that go along with the Raptors. They're like their kind of eyes for them. The Paladors, the Chocobo Riders. And then you get the Hunters. So they have the bolt pistol, their bolt storm pistols, shock hand axe, storm sabers. Basically, the Hunters are the foot equivalent of the Paladors, because the Paladors are hunters as well. It's just they're on cavalry. And I believe in that one as well is the Lord Equilar. He's the lead Chocobo rider. And that's the box for that. It's 85. It's actually a really good box. It fills out your army pretty well. Neve Talon also came out. Black Talon came out as well. All this stuff was in the Blight War AOS like expansion game. They just kind of split it up. So Neve you can get on her own, and then you can get the start collecting box, which I most likely will do because I love my Chocobos.
For the first time ever in a start collecting box, Karajan Overlords, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and there you get 5 Gruntstad Thunderers, a set of 3 Sky Wardens, a Grunstad Gunholder, and an exclusive War Scroll Battalion rule sheet, Hammer Hef's Prospectors. So yeah, you get, it looks like 11 models, or no, 9 models, but one of them is a big gunship, so you should be good with that. And that was it for, I think, AOS, besides everything that's come out. The Malign Portents, the War Scry, whatever the hell, that big-ass terrain kit that's like the stairs, and it has the dome. It has a lot of cool rules. I don't know them, so I'm sorry about that. And then the Legions of Nagash came out. So I was actually, now that I've seen and I know a little more about Nagash, I honestly like Nagash, and I might start a Death Army. This plastic crack, ladies and gentlemen, that's why they call it that. But I believe that was all for AOS.
Yeah, for 40K, there's a new video game coming out called Mechanicus. We got the teaser trailer for it. Personally, I liked it.
I couldn't get past the voice.
I figured.
It was,
the voice was not easy to listen to.
Yeah, it sounded like Princess Bride, the priest, who he's all marriage. That's all I heard.
You're an ass.
So when you watch it, try to.
Yeah, the voice is a little. You gotta chew the voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Wav, twoo, wav.
I just don't know what type of game it is. It says that you assemble a team, so I was thinking it was like a turn-based strategy or a turn-based like role-playing game, maybe.
Probably like fucking World of Warhammer.
It's gonna be like that Resident Evil Umbrella Raccoon City crap game.
That was a shit game. But then you were saying that it might be an RTS.
I have a feeling it might be an RTS. It just kind of fits.
I just don't know if they're willing to shell out more money for RTSs when Dawn of War 3 just basically said
shit itself.
They said you know what, we're not gonna invest any more money into this game. Those 3 races that are in there, that's all you're getting.
Have fun.
Have fun. I was like,
but I could see a Worldcraft type thing, a World of Warhammer instead of a World of Warcraft.
Oh, that's way too fucking much money.
That's an MMO.
Yeah, the fucking servers needed to run that motherfucker is something I don't think GW wants to even deal with.
Yeah, GW's they'll just shell out any game to anyone. It's just fucking make a game. Rake in that money.
Oh, but if you're looking for a really cool game, if you're into a kind of zombie 4-person co-op, I've said it for a long time. It's on PC and the current gen consoles. Vermintide, it's the first one. They also have a bunch of cool DLC that you can buy as well. But basically, it's the end times. You have 5 different classes, and you can play up to 4 people multiplayer online. And all you're doing is killing rats, and there's different objectives that
I think I saw that one.
It's actually really, really fun. I don't have anybody to play with, so if anybody has it, let me know. Drop it in the comments below or email me. PS4. And then Vermintide 2 just had a beta. Cool thing about Vermintide 2, you're not only fighting Skaven, you're going to be fighting Chaos. So you're going to be fighting Chaos spawns and Chaos warriors and stuff like that. So those are good tips.
I'm going to lose on purpose so Chaos can win.
And I think that's it for like video games stuff.
Yeah, the only other thing coming out is the Warhammer Cafe in Grapevine, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hoped really hard that it was going to be a Texas thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Texas has a really big, ever-growing and very friendly Warhammer community.
Mm-hmm.
So I really did hope that it was going to be here. You know, I mean, a central location.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. That we do have I think we have one of the better scenes of Warhammer. The other part of it is probably they get a land tax here. They're probably giving them some kind of tax incentive to be here because Texas. If you don't know, like business, a lot of businesses just have their headquarters in Texas and they're based out of somewhere else. Basically because we have some of the better tax laws for business.
Hell yeah.
So
amen, brother.
I'm sure that was part of the reason why. But either way, I'm happy. Grapevine is like 5.5 hours away from where we're at in San Antonio. So it's not that bad. And if I really wanted to, I could probably buy like a fucking $50 ticket and just go by plane and get there like half the time. But I'm happy that is coming here because I would love for the longest time, you know, I've wanted to go to like a Warhammer Open or whatever the hell, and I'm hoping that they have like an American type of
True
kind of thing.
Blue.
That's right, and I would love to meet some of the writers like Dan Abnett and stuff like that, and just and maybe if we have enough clout by then, I can be like, hey, could I get an interview for the podcast, and we can share that with you.
Yeah, you're those guys who
you're the fucking stuff, right? You're one of the assholes that made the fucking Wordbearers piece of shit, right? Dan Abnett, everybody. What else we got? What else?
Okay, well, I do have something for the play of the week.
Okay, this is this was something that was like in the first 2 episodes. If you've never listened to the podcast, and then it went away because we just didn't have plays.
I am gonna try to get these more often now. Talking to a lot more people, especially with the league going on.
Yeah.
This play of the week was actually at the Las
Vegas Open.
Yeah.
LVO.
Wait, Las Vegas. Okay, I got it.
I thought you were. Never mind. Go.
It was at the OVO. All right. Now, the one I have written down was against a knight.
Okay.
It was the knight with the flamer. I forget its name. A knight castigator, maybe.
Maybe.
But he did.
Walker.
He did do this twice. He did it once against the giant orc thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's called.
Which can you describe it? Is it the one that's just like on
it's a big fat thing.
The trapezoid looking one?
Yeah.
That just has like the claws?
Yeah.
That's Morkanaut or something like that?
Okay, so it's their version of the knight.
Yeah.
So, this is how a single, unnamed, standalone Blood Angels captain dealt 28 wounds in 1 turn.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay. So, first off, it is a Blood Angels captain with a jump pack, a Thunderhammer, a Storm Shield, a Warlord trait called the Artisan of War, which adds +1 damage to its close combat weapon. So, the hammer was damage 4.
Okay.
And then the relic that he took denied Overwatch against him, which is good because that flamer is fucking... All flamers are fucking amazing. But
yeah.
I think that flamer in particular is like it's a 2d6 strength 8 AP -3.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it'll kill anything that tries to charge it.
I'm going to be looking for a new night gun.
So you couldn't Overwatch against the one captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he spent 1 command point to give him the Death Company keyword, which gives him +1 attack on the charge. And he spent 2 command points for a scout move. So since it had a jetpack at 12 inches, so he deployed him on the 12-inch line. He gave him a scout move, and then on his turn, hey Mark, he moved him 12 inches, right? So he got him
36.
Yeah. So on the charge, he pops a command point for D3 extra attacks. Rolled a 3 for a total of 8 attacks. He had a librarian off to the side. that he cast a spell called Unleash Rage for +1 attack, bringing it up to 9 attacks total. And so he charged at the knight, made it through Overwatch because he can't be overwatched. The knight only had a 5-up save in close combat, so he saved 2 of the attacks. Now, this is a captain, so he was hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, so all of them hit. Only 2 out of the 9 got saved, so 7 attacks went through at damage 4. For 24. It was
21. Or wait.
No, it was 28 wounds,
28 wounds
on a thing that only had 27 wounds on it.
Jesus.
Right.
And as much as you would like to say, like, oh, that's situational, it's a fluke, he did it twice at the same event.
I mean, that's really cool. And that's the thing, like, and that's what I've come to accept, that I am not that competitive. Like, in this game, I know my place. I was talking to Jonathan about this earlier. I know my place. I could never go to a tournament, and I know I will do terrible each and every time. Like, it does not matter. So I'm probably gonna stick to friendly events because I don't think I can hang with them. I don't have the experience. I don't have the
competitive drive.
I don't have that, but I don't have that tactical mind of like.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't like cheese. not American cheese. I love American cheese, but all kinds of cheeses, even hard cheeses, stinky cheeses. But I just don't like the super mid-max kind of thing. It's just not my playstyle. It's never been my playstyle. So I've just come to accept that my ass will get wrecked each and every time.
I will stick with my fluff.
Yes, I'll stick with my fluff. But that is awesome. I hearing that, I'm like, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. I don't know if I can do that, but I want to try.
And that person, I think he made it into the 100s.
Oh, okay.
And it was a Blood Angels only list. There was no mix and match.
Nice.
Just Blood Angels.
Perfect. That's what I like seeing. I like seeing this fucking soup shit.
Yeah.
I don't like fucking carrots next to my fucking peas. Who likes peas and soup? It's fucking weird. Alright. So we had our play of the game. And if you have any, again, comments below or email us citypod80@gmail.com. 40K in the description, so we know.
Or Age of Sigmar.
Or Age of Sigmar. I'll probably have to research a lot more so I understand it, but I'll do it. We'll do it. What else? What else we got? Because I know we got a few more topics.
That's actually it. We can actually wrap it up there.
Ooh, all right. There you go. Oh, and we're wrapping it up around an hour. I like to keep them around an hour because I hear other podcasts that do the
That's the rest of the topics I had. But it's bi-weekly now, so.
Oh, okay, fair enough. If you want to do it,
that sounds bi-weekly.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, you could have said something.
It's alright. We'll wrap it up in an hour.
But like I've heard a lot of them, and I personally like them. I can listen to a 3-hour podcast.
See, like you sent me that free. What's the free
Radio Free Esteban?
It's a 30K podcast. Like, oh, check out the Imperial Fist thing. And I was
like a 5-hour episode.
Yeah, and you were like, it's whatever, and I was like, well, I'm not doing nothing for the next 3 hours, so I'll listen. And I was going into it, and there's like almost a whole hour. Was like, this is our bear segment where we talk about bears. I'm like, fuck off with this.
I remember I was listening to a podcast with Roman. We're in his bench to that. But, all right. We're in his car, right? And these guys, I don't know the name of this particular podcast because he does listen to a lot, but they do their intro last. Like they record the podcast and then do the intro and then cut it up and glue it together. So they're doing their intro and their voices are just hoarse. And they're just like, sorry, we got about 4 hours worth of material and we're tired of talking. I'm just like, what the fuck?
and that's the thing. Like I truck drive for a living, so all I do is listen to podcasts. Like it's just how I pass the time when I'm driving. So I'm okay with listening to that, but I know a lot of people that can't listen to that fucking thing. I know people that can't listen to something that's more than 20 minutes. But I think an hour-ish, and if it's a longer episode where there's a lot of stuff we want to take care of, and I believe next time we are going to be talking about T-Suns. and you'll be doing a big in-depth review that you like to do, John.
Yeah, everyone's been on the fucking Thousand Sons.
They've been on Thousand. the fucking
It's
train.
Just, the book fixes the psychic phase, and at least for the Thousand Sons. So they brought a lot of joy to my heart.
That's what we call a tease, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we'll be doing this bi-weekly now, so you'll expect 2 a month. Again, we'll hammer out the details of when those will actually come out, but most likely we'll have it every when they're supposed to on Wednesdays. I believe that is it. Is there anything else you gentlemen want to say to close this up?
Nope.
All right. Well, we don't even have a sign-off. That's one thing that we haven't done on this podcast. But fuck it. Thanks for listening.
See you in the warp.
See you in the warp.